If you admit it or not, we all want a little bit of control. Being a parent is a great example. You want to keep your children away from injury while also have them behave the way that you want them to. But realize this, your best intention don't always translate into an ideal scenario. And that can turn into a wake-up call for you. You might have thought at one point that you were in control, and now you realize that maybe you're not. Well, not entirely. Having control of things are predictable and comfortable. And I think that's what we all want, right? To be predictable and comfortable. Because when you're losing control, you can feel mentally, emotionally, and even physically torn apart. But that loss of control doesn't have to continue. While you may not be able to control everything that's happening around you and in your life, it's possible to retain your balance and build some confidence within, even in the middle of chaos. So let me share 5 things with you when you're out of control. First, breathe. If the dog ate the legs off the table, or even you're reading social media and you're turning upside down and dizzy, you're going to be amazed at the power that you have by taking a couple of deep breaths. Just take 1 minute to soothe yourself into the minute and the moment, just 1 minute, or maybe 2 for slow, deep inhaling in and just exhale out. Not only feeling physically calmer, but thinking more reasonably about what's happening at that very moment. And then you can act more decisively. Some people feel uneasy about taking some time out to care for themselves, especially if you were focused on a project or something you were doing. If the world seems out of control around you, it will not become more out of control if you wait 60 seconds. So take a minute to just sit still and breathe in and then breathe out. And just allow some of that stress and feelings that occur when you're out of control to just dissipate. Allow them to pass. Second, take care of a few things that are sitting on your to-do list. When it feels like life is out of control, take your pen, take your marker, take your crayon, and begin to take items off your to-do list. Even if they seem to be teeny tiny, it still will feel satisfying to you. It will feel so good because you are getting a sense of something being done. And when you're getting something done, you feel like you're more in control. They don't even have to be related to each other. If your patient, your parent, or your partner become unpredictable, take a part of that day and maybe go off and clean the attic. And you will notice you'll still feel empowered. And if it should feel overwhelming, just take smaller steps. Even writing what you're going to do, it can help you as those thoughts, they just move outside your brain. So dedicate some time from 15 to 55 minutes. Get something done. Step by step, you'll feel much needed sense of accomplishment. And number 3, attain a routine. So you don't control what's happening around you, but you can help to focus on those things that you can control, such as a predictable routine. Create a routine and then create another routine. Things that you want to do during a certain time. No matter how you structure your hours, your day can have more soothing predictability. Moments when you know exactly what's going to happen and how. That will help you. Even with unexpected storms. 4th, name your emotions. Yes, give them a name. Make them not only your circumstance, but your emotions circumstance. And how you feel at that moment leads you either out of control or in control. If you're in a moment facing big or unfamiliar emotions, just give them a name. It's an important step here, is to try to identify them. It allows you to give them and get them from outside your skull to outside. And once they're out, you can just take a moment and decide how to tackle them. Whatever you're feeling, naming it specifically as you can, because when you give a specific label to your emotions, it will feel less overwhelming to you. And number 5, choose the people that you're with very, very carefully. If you notice yourself losing control in other areas of your life, be choosy with who you hang out with. Each person gives off a different energy level. So at that moment, it may help you to focus on the people who help you feel more calm, more centered, grounded, comfortable, focused. You may have people in your life who, when you're with them, it's loud, it's out of control, and you never know what's going to happen. But when your life feels out of control, choose to be with people who feel more in control than those who aren't. Take a moment and write down those people who make you feel in control. And even doing that will minimize the feelings during those out of control times. You can have your family, or you could have that other family, the ones who are your friends, the people that you work with. But you have to decide who you hang out with and how you spend your time. You know it's going to happen sometime. Come on, admit it. Your best intentions don't translate into your ideal scenario. So be prepared when life feels out of control.